Kirby. He's a small pink puffball with a big heart and a huge appetite. He loves spending time with his friends, taking naps after big meals, and also defeats eldritch horrors on the side. One of these things is not like the other, and I think that's why I love this franchise so much. But I also love the Kirby franchise because although it does have a surprising amount of horror elements and detailed lore, there's also this sense of warmth, wonder, and simplicity. So without further ado, grab a quick snack or two, or heck even three, and let's start off our little adventure throughout Dreamland. Join me as we learn more about the pink, puffy, and powerful protagonist, Kirby. When it comes to character design, sometimes less is more, and Kirby's character design is a perfect example of this. One of the very first games, Kirby's Adventure, shows right from the intro cutscene that he's easy to draw. This cutscene is about 10 seconds in length. It's super short, and you could learn a lot about Kirby in this brief time. Kirby's big eyes and smile show right off the bat that he's cheerful, and his happy expression that is facing directly to the player show that he's both friendly and inviting too. It's like Kirby is inviting you, as the player, to go on an adventure with him. Kirby's personality and character traits can be expressed through his appearance and aspects of his design. Kirby is made out of exclusively round shapes, starting off with a circle and finishing up with ovals. Rounder shapes in character design tend to give off an approachable, cute, and kind first impression. As I was researching for this video, I began to understand why Kirby is often described as being shaped like a friend. I mean, just look at this little fella. But there's more to Kirby than his default look. Kirby is both cute and tough, and copy abilities are a way to combine his adorable appearance on top of a visual means of showing the hidden strength behind that cute little smile. Some of my favorite copy abilities have designs which combine the cuteness and toughness factor of Kirby's character, and their various designs can make up an entire video. I will go over just a few examples of some of my favorites. The copy ability designs, like Kirby, are typically simple. Although there are a few exceptions, Kirby usually gets a hat, a crown, or some sort of headgear to indicate the copy ability in question. Sword is one of my go-to copy abilities. I really do enjoy Sword Kirby's design. The hat he wears has a knitted texture and is topped with a round little pom-pom. It's very fitting for this young warrior. But the sharp sword Kirby holds, and the determined expression he often has on his face is a great contrast to the overall cute look. And plus, the hat is a Legend of Zelda reference. Fighter Kirby is also great too. Fighter Kirby's appearance doesn't change all that much in this one, but oddly enough, I don't mind this. Fighter Kirby looks confident and ready for battle. His pose definitely puts everything all together. I also adore the copy abilities from Kirby 64, specifically the in-game gimmick of ability combos. I only had access to the game as a kid through demos, but I was only a few years old at the time, so I mainly wandered around the first level, and I didn't know that copy abilities were a thing, let alone combo copy abilities. So when I finally got the game and played it this past year, Needle Cutter Kirby was surprising and hilarious for me to see. Needle Cutter Kirby gets arms, which then gain sharp teeth and snap right into his foes. But he still has the same old round face, pink complexion, and round blush marks. I also like super abilities and had to mention one, too. They are powered up versions of copy abilities in Return to Dreamland Wii and its Switch counterpart, Return to Dreamland Deluxe. The Monster Flame ability is fun to use, and I also love its design. Much like the other abilities on this list, Kirby's softer features is the polar opposite of the more jagged edges of the design. While Fire Kirby wears a circlet, the super ability Monster Flame features a sharp crown. And plus, the Monster Flame's attack, an extension of the design itself, is a dragon which dominates most of the player's screen. Mentioning variants of copy abilities shows the variety and flexibility of Kirby himself. We did talk a lot about copy abilities. I brought up a variety of them, from the more traditional copy abilities to some gimmicky and fun ones. Kirby as a franchise has been in existence for about 30 years. A lot can change in that time, and Kirby's design did also change too. Kirby actually had a beta design known as Popo, and the game was called Twinkle Popo. I found that Popo was listed as a separate character from Kirby, more so a concept of what would later become Kirby. But I mean, we can see quite the resemblance here. The Popo character had dimples, simple lines for eyes, and flipper-like hands. As the concept was finalized into Kirby, shines were added to the character's eyes. Kirby's overall color scheme was also a little bit more muted than what it would become in the future. Kirby went through more drastic changes in the 90s that may have been experimental. Art showed Kirby with cat-like whiskers or freckles, which did seem to be used interchangeably, until settling for his signature pink blush marks around the time when Kirby 64 was released. The blush marks became more of a mainstay after the release of the Kirby Right Back At Ya anime. One of the best examples that shows the evolution in Kirby's design are these small blind box figures called Kokoroids. These figures are made by Good Smile Company, the same folks who make Nendoroid figures. Kirby's design changes along with the times and the various eras he's in. The games also had more of a storybook vibe. It was more common to see hand-drawn art during his earlier years. The art is warm, cozy, and welcoming. Something about the art style just strikes me as something that you would find in an old Hallmark card aisle. Although it hasn't been officially confirmed, I wouldn't be surprised if Kirby had some inspirations from American Hallmark card art, especially Care Bears, because Kirby does really embody that Care Bear energy. I did focus mostly on Kirby's eyes and the overall color scheme, because for the most part, even in Kirby's concept stage as Popo, the shape of the design generally has remained the same. He's still the cute pink character that we all know and love. I like all of the eras of Kirby, whether it be the older games or the newer games. With Kirby's change in appearance, at its core, he's still a simple character with a simple design. The games, after all, were made in an era where many games were quite challenging and not as accessible for all players with different skill levels. Seeing this friendly face on a screen, just inviting for you to draw him and play along, that was something that really meant a lot to me as a little kid. And after 30 years and so many games made later, I know he means a lot to other people too.